2, 3, fire!
Knights, Vikings, Samurai, Woolen, Outlander, 4. What is up to all the two warriors of For Honor? My name is Miguel, and guess what, guys? Today we're gonna be talking about everything that happened during the Warriors Den live stream for the reveal of the brand new Oscillate hero, because there's gonna be a bunch of stuff happening for the second half of this season. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is we have ourselves, of course, a free For Honor weekend happening on July 27th, and it's going to be going on on August 3rd. And this is, basically a free weekend for people who have not played For Honor, or people who have played For Honor but then left because the game was having some problems and they decided not to go ahead and come back again. And which is understandable, because we all know when For Honor first came out, it had some problems. For Honor had some problems, and the game has evolved and has changed so much over the years. So this is a perfect opportunity for anybody who has played For Honor but then left. They're able to go ahead and come back and see how much the game has changed, and that is fantastic. And also fantastic too for new players, because if anybody who has not played For Honor, they've heard of it but they have never played it. So this one right here would be a perfect opportunity for new players to go ahead and pick up For Honor and be able to go ahead and see what everybody's talking about this game being so different from any other game, because For Honor does have its uniqueness. Of course, the play style is a lot different than some other games too. Even though some people say that For Honor is not actually a fighting game, it technically is like a fighting game. It's not like the traditional fighting games that a lot of people know, like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken, anything like that. No, For Honor is a fighting game. It's just you're not using your hands. When it comes to fighting, you're using medieval weapons. So yeah, so yeah. So if anybody wants to know how you're going to be able to go ahead and download For Honor for free during the For Honor free weekend, you'll be able to go ahead and go to the PlayStation Store, the Xbox Store, Ubisoft Connect, Epic Games, and Steam. So all you have to do is just basically type in For Honor. Right there is going to be right there for free. Download it, and that's about it. So yeah, so really cool. So yeah, For Honor free weekend, which is awesome. Also, another thing happening next week is we have ourselves the For Honor Reactivation Referral Program. It's going to be going off for July 27th all the way to September 14th. So basically what this is it's basically you referring a friend that you have that has not played For Honor, and you'll be able to go ahead and refer to them, and you'll be able to go ahead and get them into the game, so that way they can go ahead and see what their thoughts are on the game. So, and this is actually a cool thing for especially new players who have not played For Honor. Go ahead and refer them, and they will go ahead and test out the game, and that'll be fun. Who knows, you might get a new player, so that's going to be fantastic. And the cool thing is, if you do this, if you refer a friend, you're able to go ahead and get some cool rewards for it. So yeah, you get rewarded for referring a friend, which is awesome. So yeah, and if you guys want a little more details about this, go to the For Honor website, and right there it's going to be giving you guys a full detail on what's happening on this program. So yeah, so here are the rewards that you get for referring a friend or inviting a friend to For Honor. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So if you invite one friend, you'll get 5 XP. No, not invite. If you refer a friend, wait, did I say invite or refer? I think I said in. Now I'm just messing up my words. Okay, let me go and restart this over again. So if you refer one friend, you'll be able to go and get 5 XP tickets, 2 scavenger crates, and 1 exclusive outfit. And this outfit is actually going to be for all the heroes of For Honor. So yeah, so it's not going to be exclusive for only one hero. It's going to be exclusive. The outfit is exclusive, but it's going to be available for all the heroes of For Honor. So don't you worry about that. So that's right there is only inviting for one friend. If you refer 2 friends, you'll be able to get 5 scavenger crates and an effect. So the same thing as the outfit. The effect is going to be applied to all the heroes, so don't you worry about that. If you refer 3 or more friends, you'll be able to get yourselves 7 days of championship status and 7,000 steel, which is awesome. So yeah. And then the last one is basically you inviting friends to For Honor, and the rewards that you get is actually 7-day championship status and 2,500 steel. So yeah, so those are the stuff and the rewards that you get if you take part of the For Honor referral program. So if you guys want a little bit more detail on that, like I said before, go to the For Honor website, and right there it's going to give you guys the breakdown of what you need to do. So yeah. Next thing that's going to be happening next week in For Honor is we're going to be getting ourselves performance mode, which is a cool thing, you know, for console players, because I know when it comes to the frames in For Honor, people want, you know, the frames to be nice and good. So there is going to be a performance mode happening. You'll be able to go ahead and turn this on and off if you want to, so it's going to be a cool thing. I'm not really a good person when it comes to the tech stuff, so if you guys want to go ahead and know anything about that, I highly recommend someone by the name of Freeze. He actually is a For Honor content creator, and that right there, he will go ahead and give you guys some details about that too. So yeah, because I'm not really the type of person that's good when it comes to the tech stuff. So yeah. So the next thing, oh crap. Sorry about that, guys. I had to go ahead and take a phone call, so I apologize for skipping the video. So yeah, apologize for that. But anyways, so now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about the schedule for Tele Update 2, what's happening for the rest of this season. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So on July 27th, we're gonna begin ourselves the launch of the brand new Oscillator hero, which is gonna be awesome. Can't wait to go ahead and talk about him, you know, in a little bit. Also, we're gonna begin ourselves an event happening with that, which is gonna be called the Hunt of the Oscillator. It's going to be going on from July 27th all the way to August 17th. So we're going to be getting ourselves a free event pass with that. Also some event rewards. So I'm excited for that. Can't wait to go ahead and see what kind of items we're going to be getting. Even though we already saw it. I don't know why I said that. Either way, whatever. Scratch what I just said. Also, we're going to be getting ourselves armor variations happening. So we're really excited for that. One of my favorites is actually the Pirate's armor variation. Because she basically has like a panther pelt on her head. So really cool. Really awesome. So that's what's happening on July 27th. On July 31st, we're going to be getting ourselves a throwback event. And that is, of course, the Shadows of the Hitokiri throwback event, and I'm excited for it. It's gonna be going on for July 31st. Not July 31st, August 31st to September 7th. I apologize for that. And this is really awesome. This is actually one of my favorite events to play because you're able to go ahead and play on that canopy map, and everything's all spooky because you have all the spirits basically just going around. So it's really cool. I really like him. The devs actually bring back some of the throwback events, especially for people who have not played it. So yeah, and also you'll be able to go ahead and get some items that you weren't able to go ahead and get, you know, at the time, because you know we just recently got the Wrath of the Yomi event, and I was able to go ahead and get some items that I wasn't able to go ahead and get for some of the heroes, especially some of the new heroes, you know, and it's really, really cool for that. So I'm really happy that they're bringing that back. The Shadows of the Hitokiri event. So I'm really excited to go ahead and play that event, especially the event game mode. Also, we got the announcements of the 3 new heroes that are going to begin themselves their Hero Fest. If you guys do not know, the previous heroes that got their Hero Fest for this first half of the season was actually the Warlord, the Valkyrie, and Griffin, which is happening right now. So now we got those done, and now we're going to begin ourselves 3 more Hero Fest for the rest of the season. And the 3 heroes that were announced to get their Hero Fest is Peacekeeper on August 17th, Raider on August 24th, and the Medjai, which is awesome because I love the Medjai, on September 7th. So I'm excited to go ahead and see what their new execution is going to look like. Even though we did get a glimpse on Raiders, we did get a tease on that in the Oscillator gameplay trailer. We basically saw the Raider do kind of like an airplane spin. I don't know what he's going to be doing, so I'm excited for that. It kind of feels like he's doing like a wrestling move, which is really awesome because I am a fan of wrestling. So I really like it when developers actually add, you know, wrestling moves in their executions for the heroes. So really, really awesome. So yeah, I just basically mark out for that because I am a wrestling fan ever since I was a kid. And I still watch it to this day, though. Either way, so now that we got that schedule out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about the brand new Oscillator hero. So yeah, guys, so if you guys want to know what's the name of the brand new hero, his name is pronounced the Oscillator. I know a lot of people, say it differently. People say Oscillato or Oscilli, which is Oscilli. I don't know how you say that. But there's actually two different ways you can go ahead and say it. You can say it Oscillato. We can just say the T, the lato, so Oscillato, or you can just say Oscilla. So yeah, there's two ways of saying it. Also, the brand new hero is actually an Aztec hero, which is the most requested hero that the For Honor players have been wanting for a long time. And ever since For Honor first came out, people have been wanting an Aztec hero For Honor. So we're finally getting one, which is awesome. Also, he is gender locked male, so we know about that because I don't know if you guys know that each year For Honor is going to be coming out with two new heroes. One is going to be a male and one's going to be a female. So we didn't know that the Oscillator hero is a male, and so when the next hero that's going to be coming out for this year, which is going to be in season 4, that one's going to be a female. So I can't wait to see what the new Viking hero is going to be. And yes, it's going to be a Viking hero, so yeah. Next is the class for the brand new hero. He is actually a hybrid, so we all kind of expected that he was going to be a hybrid, even though a lot of people are kind of getting tired of the whole hybrid thing. But we've got ourselves another hybrid, so yeah, they need to go ahead and change it up, man, because we can't just keep getting a lot of hybrid heroes in For Honor. We need more heavies. We definitely need more vanguards, and we need more assassins, even though a lot of people don't like assassins, but we need more assassins. So yeah, but yeah, so hopefully we get a new, a new different class. But we've been saying that for the past couple of heroes, and they've all been hybrids. So yeah, whatever. Either ways, the weapons for the brand new hero. The brand new hero is actually a dual wielding hero, which is awesome. A lot of people were expecting that the Oscillator hero is going to be kind of like a sword and shield hero, because he actually does have a shield with him. But no, he's actually going to be a dual wielding hero, and he's going to be dual wielding a Maquito and a Tepostopody. Hey, I said it correctly. I actually thought I was gonna botch this. So yeah, he's gonna be having a Maquito, which is basically an Aztec, war club, and basically a spear on the other hand. But it's actually not like a long spear like the Valkyrie has. It's basically kind of like a short spear, but with a big spearhead. So yeah, so that's the weapon that he's gonna be dual wielding. Also, he is gonna be part of the Outlanders faction, so we already knew about that. So he's gonna be part of the faction with, of course, the Pirate, Magi, and the Ophelia. So this is really, really awesome. Also, he's going to be having 2 armor sets when he launches, and he's going to be having 12 armor variations. So yeah, so he's going to be having 2 armor sets, and each set is going to be having 6 different armor variations. So yeah, and they all look cool. The armor for the Oscillator hero looks so freaking awesome. I cannot wait to go ahead and customize him and make him look badass, dude. Oh my god, when a lot of people saw his armor, they were so feeling excited, and they can't wait to go ahead and customize this, dude. It's gonna be fantastic. So yeah. Also, he's gonna be having 18 different weapon variations when he launches. So yeah, it's gonna be fantastic. Okay guys, so now that we got done talking about the Oscillator and his weapons and of course his customization, let's go and talk about his moves and his feats. I almost said moveset again by accident. Let's go ahead and talk about his moveset and his feats, especially his feats, because when people first saw this, a lot of people were shocked. So I can't wait to go ahead and talk about this. But let's go ahead and talk about his moveset. So a lot of people have been saying that the Oscillator is kind of like a comparison to Magi, Highlander, and the Berserker. That's what people were saying about him. Because he does have a hidden stance, and he does have, which is kind of like an offensive stance, what the Highlander has, and he's kind of like the mixture of the Berserker and the Magi with the quickness and toughness that he has to him. So yeah, so he does have infinite chains, so you can go ahead and do infinite chains, with a light, a heavy, a bash, or a zone attack. So you can go ahead and do that, which is kind of cool. Now let's go and talk about his stance. Oh yeah, he doesn't have any bleeding on any of his attacks. So if anybody was wondering if does the Oscillator have any bleeding to any of his attacks, no. He does have bleeding on his feet, but just 1 feet. Then that's his 4th feet. But any of his other attacks, no, he doesn't. I kind of wish he actually did. He actually did have some bleeding effect on one of his attacks, but maybe they might add that later in the future. Kind of like how, does anybody remember when Warmonger got her update with when she did like a claw attack, when she did her bash with her claws, and they actually updated that, so now that actually does damage. So they might do that, you know, with they might do that with the Osala when maybe in the future, but I don't know when, man. Let's wait and see what happens. Especially that move that he does. He actually does a move when you do a bash, they do attack, and then when you finish that attack up with the bash, he actually puts both of his weapons right here on your neck, and after that just slices your neck in whole. That right there would be cool if they actually added a bleed effect to that. That right there would be cool, but I don't know if they will. But let's just wait and see what happens. Yeah, so let's go and talk about his hidden stance. So his hidden stance is actually called a stalker stance. Now the cool thing about this is, in order for you to go ahead and go into this stance, you basically have to go ahead and hold down on the white stick. It's not like how in Highlander or in the Medjay you basically have to go ahead and then press a button to go and do it. No, you actually have to pull down the white stick to go ahead and go into that mode. In this stalker stance, what you do is, you know how when you're locked into an opponent and you basically just walk around your opponent, or your opponent's locked on you and you guys are basically just walking around? Notice when you guys actually walk really slow. Well, in this stance, you're actually locked on your opponent, but you actually are crouched down, like, you know, getting ready to pounce. But you actually crouch down and you actually move a lot faster in that stance. Only thing is that you can't actually block in that stance. So yeah, it's basically kind of like the Highlanders, you know, offensive stance. Like you have your defensive stance and your offensive stance, and in the offensive stance with the Highlander, you actually do an offensive attacks, but you can't actually block anything. So yeah, so that's what this stalker stance does. You can't block, but you actually can dodge attacks. So that's one cool thing you can do. You can't block, but you can actually dodge, which is really, really cool. Now the only single attack that this actually has is actually one attack, and that is a jumping forward attack. So basically, and the developers did say that this is only useful if you're actually in group fights, like in 4v4. If you're actually doing it in a duel, it's gonna be a little bit difficult. But if you do it in a 4v4, it's actually gonna be a lot helpful. And the cool thing about this move is you actually lock down your opponent, you do the attack, you jump from a pretty good distance, you slam your Makuhito on top of your opponent. After that, boom, you could follow up with a heavy attack, which is kind of cool. So you can actually chain with a heavy attack with this, which is really, really cool. So you can actually do that. So you go ahead and do your heavy, that's it, go down to hidden stance, do the jumping forward attack, and then you can go ahead and do another attack. So yeah, so it's kind of like, you know, how the pirate actually does her, you know, attack, you know, her heavy attack, then pistol blast. Like she could go ahead and do another attack, or the pistol blast, and basically impair her opponent with a cutlass, all that stuff. It's kind of like that. So yeah, so yeah. And yeah, that's about it. That's his moveset. It's not really that complicated. If you guys want to go ahead and check out the full, you know, moveset of the Osala, you can go ahead and check it out on the video that I posted about the developers talking about his moveset. I'm just giving you guys, you know, the main important things about it. So yeah, and he's also gonna come out with 4 executions, which are really, really cool. He's gonna get more obviously in the future, but we have to go and wait for that. So yeah. Now let's go and talk about his feats. So he's actually gonna go ahead and have 4 feats, and they're all unique to him. So he's gonna have 3 passive feats and 1 active. So yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about it. I know a lot of people were freaking out at this first feat, and for me, I was actually surprised too. But then when I actually was able to go ahead and think about it a bit, I was like, oh, I think I've seen this before from somewhere. So yeah, I think maybe it's because it was shocking, because people did not expect for this to be happening. I mean, for God's sakes, you walk around around the map like a ghost. So yeah, so let's go talk about it. So his first feat, what you do is every time when you die, you actually do not actually go back to your base. You actually respawn as a ghost. Which is basically a spirit form. But this only happens if the enemy doesn't execute you. If the enemy executes you, you actually do not go into spirit form. But if you actually die and not get executed, the enemy you actually come back to spirit form. And this feat is actually active every single time. When you die, the feat automatically just turns off. That's about it. So in this spirit form, what you can do is you can actually walk around the map. You can actually go up up, you know, ladders. You could do all that, but the one thing is that the negative thing that is you can't capture zones or do any objectives in spirit form. And also, the one thing that's really cool that they actually added is once you die in spirit form, you can actually spawn from any area that you want in the map. So like say if you're on let's see, if you're on the what's the, I think it's a Temple Garden map. Yeah, if you're on the Temple Garden map and you die like right in the middle of zone B, and you want to go ahead and walk around, respawn like next to the giant tree area, you can go ahead and spawn. You can go ahead and respawn from right there. But the one thing is that the developers actually added is if you respawn immediately after you died, your health is actually going to be really low. So what they said is, you know, you'll be able to go ahead and regain some health, but it's going to take some time because the health regeneration is going to be really slow to go ahead and you know, get to full health. So if you guys feel like it's okay for you to go ahead and get into the battle with a half a health or a decent amount of health, you can go back into it. It's just you basically have to go ahead and wait for the health to be gained because it takes really slow. So yeah, and it's yeah, I know I know a lot of people were freaking out when it came to this, but you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of something. It reminds me of a oh my god, what's that? What's it called? Oh, it reminded me of the tactical insertion from Call of Duty. If anybody has played Call of Duty, there was actually a thing that you can use in Call of Duty, which was actually called a tactical insertion, which was kind of like a tactical grenade, and you could go ahead and use that, and that right there will actually make you respawn from any area in the map. So say if you're actually hiding behind like a barrel in the map, like there was that shipment map that was actually in Call of Duty, and right there was like a pile of barrels near a corner of the map. And so if you're scared that somebody is gonna kill you, because some people will basically camp in that and those kind of barrels in Call of Duty, so if that right there is your favorite, you know, camping spot, and you're scared that you're gonna die, you'll be able to just go ahead and set a tactical insertion right there, and then when you die, you don't respawn from back in your base, you actually spawn in that area that you were before. So that's what right there it kind of reminds me of. It kind of reminds me of the tactical insertion from Call of Duty. Only difference is you actually don't walk around. You just basically plant a tactical insertion on the spot that you want to stay and respawn at, and then you come back to life. So yeah. But it's a little bit different because right there, when you respawn, you actually have full health. But right here, you actually have to wait for your health to regen, but it takes some time. So yeah, so that's what kind of reminds me. It kind of reminds me of the tactical insertion from Call of Duty. But yeah, a lot of people were freaking out a lot about this feat. Is it a little bit busted? I guess you can say it's a little bit. Are the developers gonna fix it? Oh yes, the developers are definitely gonna go ahead and keep an eye on this, so don't you worry about that. We just have to wait when they're gonna go ahead and do something about it. I don't know the time. That's up to them, so we just have to wait and see right here. So that's his first feat. So his second feat that he has is when you die as a Ocelot, when you know, if you're playing as an Ocelot, or if the enemy team, if any player on the enemy team is played as an Ocelot, once you die, if you're playing as an Ocelot, if somebody kills you, the person that killed you is going to be marked for target on the map, and they're going to go ahead and get a defense debuff for 15 seconds. And the same thing applies to you. If you go ahead and kill an enemy Ocelot, that's going to happen to you. You're going to be marked for target, and you're going to go ahead and get a defense debuff for 15 seconds. So it's going to be the same thing, you know, for each person. If there is an Ocelot in your team, if there isn't, then you know, you're basically gonna be doing that to them. So yeah, so it's yeah, it's kind of like a debuff if you go ahead and kill an enemy team. So yeah, kind of a bit of a side effect. So yeah, not a bad thing. Really cool. It's not a bad feat. So his third feat is actually you actually gain an attack and a speed buff if you crit an enemy. So it's kind of like the same as Bloodlust, if you guys know the feat Bloodlust. So yeah, but this is right here is a little bit different for the Ocelot. So yeah. Now his last and fourth feat is one thing that a lot of people were shocked about, and when you see this feat, automatically you think of Mortal Kombat. Why? Only because his fourth feat is you basically do the Scorpion Spear to your opponent, you get to pull them in, you get a free guard break, and you actually apply a good amount of bleed damage. So that's what it does. You're basically doing a scorpion spear pull in, and then you basically just do a guard break at them and just, you know, hit them, throw them from any direction, all that stuff. When people saw that, they immediately just like freaked out because they were thinking that this is actually if anybody does not know, when Shinobi got his rework, before Shinobi actually was a ranged you know, character. He actually had, you know, his range attacks, and a lot of people really didn't like the range attacks, so they decided to go ahead and take that out and put in his new rework that he has, which everybody really liked. And now the developers decided to go ahead and do that, but they actually included it in the feat. So, and actually it's just force feet, and it takes some time to get it back, but I know a lot of people were like, oh my god, it's like Shinobi all over again. But the only difference is it's a feat, it's not going to be all the time, so I guess right there you can go ahead and cut them some slack. At least I didn't go overboard with that. So yeah, so that's his you know, fourth feat. He basically does the scorpion spear, he pulls you in, he actually gets a free guard break, and he can also apply a good amount of bleed damage. So yeah, I know a lot of people are freaking out about this, but if it does need to be reworked or something like that, the developers gonna go ahead and fix that, so yeah, don't worry about that. So that right there is all the Asura's feats and move sets. So yeah, he's now I think some people are gonna be saying that his feats are busted, but when it comes to his moveset, I think his moveset's pretty good. Nah, I think maybe they should add maybe a bleed attack to one of his attacks. I think they should go ahead and do that, but otherwise he's not that bad. So let's wait and see. Because, you know, other people's opinions are gonna be a lot different. I mean, you know, we just have to wait when the hero launches, and until the hero launches, we'll get other people's you know, reaction to it. So yeah, so let's wait and see what happens with the Asura, if he's gonna go ahead and get a buff or a debuff. His feats, on the other hand, different story. We're just have to wait for that. So let's go ahead and move on to the last thing, and that is of course the patch notes and the testing grounds that they talked about. So the patch notes, Jormungandr is actually getting a nerf. His Jotun Farewell no longer chains on miss. Hammer Slam now deals 26 damage, down from 30. So that right there is for the Jormungandr. He's actually getting a nerf. Next one is Centurion. He's going to be getting a buff. Charge Jab now gains uninterruptible stance at 100 ms, down from 200 ms, so that's not bad. And now the last one is Nucia. She's actually getting a nerf, which a lot of people aren't really happy about. So, so Nucia is going to be getting a nerf, and it's actually on her caltrops. So her caltrops are going to be her cooldown is now 90 seconds, up from 45. And now her active for her cow drops are 15 seconds, down from 25 seconds. So yeah, a lot of people really don't like this because they want Lucia to get buffs, not more nerfs. So yeah, this way here is actually only for 4v4. They just want Lucia to be, you know, be buffed in duels. But in 4v4, that's a different story. So yeah. Yeah, let's wait and see what happens if they go ahead and refix that. Next one is the testing grounds. So they actually talked about the testing grounds for a little bit. They did say that the Lawbringer and Bastion Speed's testing grounds are going to keep going. So we have to go ahead and wait and see what's going to happen in the next season. So we have to go ahead and wait for that. And now the last and final thing is quality of life that they added, which I'm really happy about. And it's actually the now, if you guys know, every single time when you end a match in For Honor, and then you go to the rewards section, and it tells you what kind of rewards you get. And if you guys want to go ahead and dismantle those rewards, you basically you can't do them. You can't tag multiple items and basically just dismantle them all at once, like you can do when you customize your character. Now the developers actually added that, you know, at the end of the match. And you could go ahead and do that, tag multiple items while you're, like, you know, in the ready screen. You can go ahead and dismantle them all at the same time, which is awesome. That should have been there a long time ago, but they finally added, so I'm really, really happy about that. So yeah, and all that stuff is going to be happening on the launch when the new hero comes out on July 27th. So yeah. But either ways, that right there is the end of the video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I apologize that I got interrupted. I had to go ahead and take care of some stuff. Sorry about that. But either ways, guys, hopefully everybody's excited for the brand new Asura hero coming out, the event coming out, the performance mode, the armor variations, of course a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, but yeah, guys, hopefully everybody's excited for next Thursday, and let's see what happens once we get to next Thursday and see what everybody's response to the brand new hero. Is he gonna get nerfed or is he gonna get buffed? We'll just have to wait and see what happens. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Stay tuned, cool guys. Bye.